What kind of balun do you have, Andy? Oh, you have an end-fed wire? Well, that's a plus, being horizontal.
When I took my end-fed down, I put up a dipole.
Yeah.
With a choke balun before it come in the shack. And then I got them other baluns from the Hamfest in Tampa, and then I, put it out there at the antenna feed point. Made a difference. The balance of noise. So I got 80 or 75 dipole, and I got a 40 meter dipole.
Yeah. I'm not much of a fan on the end-fed dipole. Yeah.
Yeah, the loop 260. Yeah.
Well, I'm pretty close to being horizontal here. My 75-80 meter wire is actually RGAX mini coax. That's what's radiating here, and it's not just a piece of 12 or 14 gauge wire. It's coaxial, my antenna, and it's 242 feet long, split in the middle. How much concrete you talking?
Put guy wires on it. You won't have to put that much in there.
Yeah.
If you put guy wires on it, you won't have to make a foundation that'll hold a building up. Put some poles in the ground and have them up about 8 feet, and then you can hook onto them.
That's exactly what I have here, Travis.
I don't have that problem here. I got mobile homes screws, tie downs. I got them in the ground. They're 4-footers. I go right to the ground with mine. Yeah, I got RG25, 75 feet. Oh, it's down probably 4 feet maybe. By, I don't know, 3 feet round or diameter. And then I had it, I put that piece in the ground. That was half a stick that I had left over from years ago for, so you didn't have to ruin a full stick. And then let that cure. Then I anchored it to my garage, the rafters that come out of my garage. I put a piece of 2x6, doubled it up, and had it anchored so it would hold pretty good while I had the tower being stacked. And once it got up so far, we put a first set of guy wires, and then as it went up, then the second set of guy wires went on it, and then sturdy as a building. I made sure my guy wires were tight and everything was fine. But I didn't make it super tight. I didn't make it like piano wire. I let it give a little. I did have a tree fall on one set of guide wires. And a pretty big tree fell on it. Tower stayed up. How many set of guide wires do you have, Sal?
What kind of, I got, they're stainless steel. I bought them years ago from a place out in Orlando, not Orlando, yeah, was it Aircraft? Helicraft. Maybe Helicraft, something like that. And they had all kind of surplus on radio equipment, broadcast, amateur radio. But anyway, my cables are stainless steel, and they're a 1/4 inch thick. God, I must have had them up here for 16 years or so, maybe 17. I never had a problem with those cables. And each one of them, I got 3 of them. You'll see them when you come here. I got 3 of them. They're, I think, 60. I can't remember exactly. Maybe 62 feet, 63 feet long. And they're up on an 8-foot pole, like you just mentioned earlier to Andy. Creosote poles I put in the ground years ago. And I didn't use much concrete, actually, because I got a cement mixer. I dug up the earth, got rid of the surface a few inches from the top, mixed it in with a 100-pound bag of Portland, mixed up my own cement because I had the cement mixer, and I poured that in from the regular ground. Instead of using sand, I used the earth, and that concrete is still there. Those posts are in the ground, probably about 4 feet deep. And they've been there for years and years, and they're still solid. If you hit them, you'll know that they're solid. And I got eye hooks up on the top, and that's where my cables are on a turnbuckle up there, so I could tighten them up or loosen them up if I want, and take them off by the hook and drop them.
Yep. Good idea.
Mm-hmm. By the way, for ID, for those that may want to know, W4SAL.
W4WIL.
The tower, I believe, is 70 foot, but I don't have it cranked all the way up. I got it like, and then there's, let's see, 1, 2, 3 sections, I think. I have 4 foot inside the tower, but anyway, it's up to about 62 foot with a standoff, with a pulley, and that's what's holding up my fan dipole, the center. And I got 2 standoff towers, 40-footers, about 145 feet away from the center tower. I say 150, but they're really about 146, 47 feet away. So I got 2 standoff towers, 150 feet away from the center tower. And that's where my ends are tied off the ground, about 40 foot off the ground. And the apex is 60 foot high off the ground. And all 3 from the center to the 2 ends are all on pulleys. Roger? Yeah, that's the crank up. It's a crank up tilt over. I got a good deal when I bought it. I bought it about, I bet you 10 years ago. And this guy, anyway, make a long story short, he said, how much you want for that tower, Kim? That was his name.